Check. Check. I'm here. I want to tell you all about the gold French flag sitting inside of this building. Warning that you are entering into a foreign enclave. The same as if you are stepping into a foreign embassy and you will be under the jurisdiction of that flag. The flag with the gold, the yellow fringe, has no constitution, no laws, and no rules of court, and is not recognized. I have the rights to protest and freedom of assembly. You have no right to remove me. This is foreign ground. These people here are not upholding the United States oath. The law enforcement code of ethics says you are to respect the constitutional rights of all. They must respect the law of the land and not allow personal biases to guide them. You are not protecting the Constitution. Police officers have a responsibility. May I continue? The police officers have in their code of ethics 5 specific things that they are to do: serve, protect, respect, private life, and public trust. Under serve, it says the most basic duty of California law enforcement officers is to serve mankind, keeping people, neighborhoods, and their possessions safe. Protect. Police officers have a responsibility to protect individuals and communities against deceit, intimidation, oppression, and violence. Respect. Law enforcement personnel must respect the basic constitutional rights of all. They must respect the law of the land and not allow personal biases to guide them. Private life. They must hold honesty as a core value, maintain concern for others, exemplify courage, live as an example, and demonstrate self-control. Public trust. I trust none of you people. You are all rogue enemies of the state, and you need to be removed from office now. Public trust. The community as a whole views law enforcement personnel with respect and expects highly ethical behavior from them. The yellow fringe flag inside of this building is a military flag. It is a warning that you are entering into a foreign enclave, the same as if you are stepping into a foreign embassy, and you will be under the jurisdiction of that flag. The flag with the gold and yellow fringe has no constitution, no laws, and no rules of court, and is not recognized by any nation on the earth, and is foreign to you in the United States of America. The military martial law flag is a military flag. It's a flag that resembles the regular flag of the United States, only has a yellow fringe around it. Look in that building. There's an American flag with a yellow fringe around it, letting you know when you come in this building, you are under military law. When you enter a courtroom displaying a gold or yellow fringe flag, you have entered into a foreign country. The judge sitting under a yellow fringe flag becomes the captain or master of that ship or enclave, and he has absolute power to make the rules as he goes.
Against the union?
Exactly. That is completely against the union. So why are we allowing this in our country? What is wrong with you people? Wake up! The gold and yellow fringe flag is a warning that you are leaving your constitutionally secure rights on the floor outside of the door to that courtroom, which is a violation of fundamental rights and are subject to penalty under Title 18, Section 241 of the United States Constitution. My name is Nicholas Wildstar. I'm running for governor of California, and I will remove this foreign entity from forever. You will never have to come back and have your right to travel converted into a privilege, which is what your driver's license is. You have the right to travel from point A to point B. That is protected in the United States Constitution. Also, there are United States Supreme Court cases that have never been challenged, never been overturned, that have proven that the driver's license issuance is illegal. It's illegal. It is illegal. You want to stop it? cut your driver's license in half. The next time a cop pulls you over, tell him, screw you, I have the right to travel. Under martial law, you are presumed guilty until proven innocent. Under martial law, you are presumed guilty until proven innocent. That's why you are immediately arrested when in violation of a supposed crime, because automatically you are guilty until proven innocent. What happened to being innocent until proven guilty? The way our due process system is supposed to work. Under Article 4, Section 3 of the United States Constitution, no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state. This is a foreign country, and it has now been erected in our state of California. It's up to us to protest it and tell them no, no, no. It is an elementary rule of pleading that a plea to the jurisdiction is a tacit, silent admission that the court has a right to judge the case and is a waiver to all exceptions to the jurisdiction. What does the yellow fringe flag signify? The yellow fringe flag inside is a notice that the normal constitutional functions of government have been suspended and that their land has been placed under martial law. That flag inside that building lets you know when you come in there, you are no longer protected by the United States Constitution. You are under martial law. Title 18, Section 241 of the United States Constitution is a conspiracy against rights. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of a right or privilege secured to him by the United States Constitution, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. Why are we not arresting these criminals? Why are we not arresting these criminals? They are in clear violation of Title 18, Section 241. Yes, you, ma'am. Yes, you. I'll have you on record multiple times violating the United States Constitution. You guys think this is funny? You guys think this is funny? Did you see the false flag operation earlier this week when the cops started shooting and having bomb explosions and they called it a drill? It didn't tell anybody. They completely caught over hundreds of people off guard and scared the living daylights out of them in a supposed terrorist drill. They're preparing for something. What do you think they're preparing for? To make you all afraid. You know nothing. If you took a little bit of consideration into what I'm saying to you, you would do enough of your own personal research to find out. Google Title 18, Section 241. Google martial law. Google yellow fringe flag. All you have to do is look it up for yourself. But yet you continue to be slaves to the system that is subjecting you to a legal system. It's illegal in its practice. States are bound by the United States Constitution. The United States Constitution, Article 6, Clause 2, says this Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made pursuant thereof, and all treaties made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land. And judges in every state shall be bound thereby in thing in the Constitution and laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. That basically says if anybody or any entity is not respecting the United States Constitution, they are null and void. Displaced because of that military flag, that yellow fringe flag. Look at the American flag. It has a yellow border around it. Look at the California flag. It has a yellow border around it. They're letting you know when you come in this building you are under martial law. Google martial law. It has to do with the military. Are any of you in the military? So are you coming here and you're being subjected to military law? Think about this. Any law repugnant to the United States Constitution is null and void. They talk about case laws. Cite case law Marbury versus Madison, which says no provision of the Constitution is designed to be without effect. Cite case law Norton versus Shelby. An unconstitutional act is not law. It confers no rights, it imposes no duties, it affords no protections, it creates no office, it is legal contemplation as inoperative and as though it never passed. That's basically saying any supposed laws that they have in here, you can ignore. You can ignore. Because it isn't in compliance with the United States Constitution. The Constitution is to be interpreted in favor of the people. That the Constitution should receive a literal interpretation in favor of the citizen is especially true with respect to those provisions which were designed to safeguard the liberty and security of the citizen in regard to the person and property. That's another case law. Berry versus the United States. All of you are out here right now because you're paying the traffic fine, am I right? Am I right? Okay. This says you have the right to travel. No state can convert your right to travel into a privilege, issue a license for it, and charge a fee for it. This has been cited in multiple cases by the Supreme Court. They have never been challenged. They have never been overturned, which basically states again that your driver's license is void. No state can convert a right to a privilege and issue a license and fee for it. Murdoch versus Penn, another case. A state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution. No state may convert any secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and fee for it. Let me say that again. Case law. That means this was a Supreme Court case, and they made a law out of it. Like your Miranda rights. Your Miranda rights, the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, all of that good stuff, it came from the Miranda versus Arizona case. This is exactly like that. Murdoch versus Penn. A state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution. No state may convert any secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and fee for it. If a state does convert a right to privilege, you can ignore it with impunity. My name is Nicholas Wildstar. I'm running for governor of California. Please look me up on governorwildstar.com, governorwildstar.com, governorwildstar.com. Baby girl, don't go in that building. You're entering a foreign country. If a state does convert a right into a privilege, you have the right to ignore it with impunity. Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham. If the state does convert your right into a privilege and issue a license and fee for it, you can ignore the license and fee and engage the right with an impunity. You can ignore the whole license bullshit and keep driving your car. So the state cannot convert a right to a privilege and issue a license for it, and if they do, we have the right to ignore it. For years, professionals within the criminal justice system have acted on the belief that traveling by motor vehicle was a privilege that was given to a citizen only after approval by the state of government in the form of a permit or license to drive. In other words, the individual must be granted the privilege before his use of the state highways was considered legal. Legislators, police officers, and court officials are becoming aware that there are court decisions that disprove the belief that driving is a privilege and therefore requires government approval in the form of a license. Case law number 1. The use of the highway for the purpose of travel and transportation is not a mere privilege, but a common fundamental right of which the public and individuals cannot rightfully be deprived. Chicago Motor Coach versus Chicago. Case law number 2. The right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, either by carriage or by automobile, is not a mere privilege which a city may prohibit or permit at will, but a common law right which he has under the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Case law number 3. The right to travel is a part of the liberty of which the citizen cannot be deprived without due process of law under the 5th Amendment. Case law number 4. The right to travel is a well-established common right that does not owe existence to the federal government. It is recognized by the courts as a natural right. Case law number 5. The state cannot diminish rights of the people. The states cannot diminish the rights of the people. Case law 6. Statutes that violate the plain and obvious principles of common right and common reason are null and void. The assertion of federal rights, when plainly and reasonably made, is not to be defeated under the name of local practice. Are you videotaping this? Please put this on YouTube. Please put this on YouTube. And if you do, tag Governor Wildstar. I'm running for governor of California, and I really need your help, and I really need this video to be shown to the public so they know what's going on with our fraudulent court system. Case law number 8. Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. These people are creating laws from the bench.